Vikings game this weekend?
No, nothing new. Pretty sure we established we were soft about 2 weeks ago, and still the same thing.
Is there anything you guys are looking to, not just improve on, but is there anything you guys are really focusing on to try and snap out of this funk?
Some guys are focused, some guys aren't.
How do you get the other guys focused? Is it too late in the season now to just kind of get a rally thing together? Or?
I think if you are at this level in the game, you shouldn't have to have any motivation whatsoever to come out and play 9 innings, play 3 games on a weekend. I think everybody on this team is going to raise their hand if we ask who wants to go to the next level. I'm not seeing enough right now, and I'm sure Coach is going to say the same thing.
Sense a lot of frustration. I mean, does the whole team feel that way at this point?
I hope so. If not, then I'd say something seriously wrong. To get swept at home is embarrassing to me. It's embarrassing to me. To have a crowd come out on a Sunday, on a Mother's Day, I wish, if we were going to play like that, I wish we would have told them, hey, you know what, go spend the day with your mom and don't come out to the yard, because that was. I think every fan for being here and sticking through it for 9 innings during this weather, but I'm just fed up with getting swept at home to a UCLA team that I didn't think was as good as the one last year.
I know there's a lot of frustrations, but at the same time, those are 3 really quality pitchers. You can just talk about how there were opportunities left out there, but especially what today's guys showed and how they were able to stifle you over the weekend.
I mean, yeah, tip your cap. Those pitchers are good. I think our pitchers are good too, though. I think the difference was those guys, their offense knew how to put the ball in play when they needed to put the ball in play, and they knew how to get hits when they needed to get hits, and we didn't do any of that. So I think, you can point the finger at the offense for not hitting 2 first-rounders, and that guy was pretty good too. But at the same time, it's on both sides of the ball. We're just not playing quality baseball right now.
What did Unplugged have out there today, though? What was kind of the stronger stuff?
Early on, I thought his fastball was running a little bit. I came back running away from right-handed hitters. I came back and told guys that. Second time through, his ball was straightening out. He threw a lot of fastballs, a lot of changeups. Didn't need much else to get us out. So
some people have hoped that maybe if you went out, maybe you get a chance to get in there.
There's still definitely hope. I mean, if you look at the numbers, we're not out of it yet, but we're playing like we just, our dogs just died. Like, I don't get it. Coach Checkers came out yesterday and said, hey, you know what? We go 8-3 in the pack with 11 games left. We're 13-14. We made it last year 13-14. If we win 3 of the 5 non-conference games that we have left, makes us 33-27 or something like that. And I say we're in, but I mean, well, now we got to go 8-1 and our 9 games left. So it's doable. We just got to find a way to play better baseball. I don't know. Maybe we need to play the Beavers for the last 9 games of the series. I don't know, but I'm confused right now. It's pride. I mean, I was playing for pride today. I was, It's hard knowing that you've lost a series, but you're still trying to salvage every win you can, especially with the team that's fighting for our lives. Those guys might be locked in. We're probably not. I mean, I know we're not right now. So for me, I was playing for pride today, trying to maybe if we won today and spark a winning streak or something like that, and we get up to Seattle and play Seattle University, and they took one from us last year. So who knows? What kind of Duck team's going to show up? I mean, I hope it's the team that's poor, hungry, and driven. Not the team like, oh, we're just playing Seattle. So 2 big wins for us need to happen in Seattle. 2 big ones.
What do you take away from
blah. I feel like throwing up. That was Cadell did a nice job. That was futile. It was couldn't get on top of the ball. Kept chasing. The swings got longer. Kept chasing up. Kudos to Plutko that had the ability to keep pounding the top part of the strike zone and making us hit it in the air, and we got dominated. We got dominated. The only thing that really kind of gave us a snowball's chance was Cadell's effort, and thought it was one of the weakest offensive efforts that I've seen in a long time. I'm very disappointed and upset about it.
It seemed like the offense just got progressively worse as the series went on from Friday all the way to today. I mean, is there anything you can contribute that to?
I noticed the same thing. I'm out of speeches. I don't get why, we train them to make adjustments and do different things and shorten up their swings with 2 strikes, and they elected not to do it, and I thought it was a very non-competitive effort by us, and the scoreboard's reflective of that.
On Thursday, you kind of called them out. You talked about the immaturity, and you said, you're not going to give up on them, but you really put them on notice. I mean, where do you go from here?
I don't know. We're going to go in there and talk about it, and I wrote down on my little card at the leaders. We have a core group of leaders, and I think they need to spend some time on Mother's Day in there figuring it out, because we've got some guys that are trying hard and competing and haven't folded their tents, and that, to me, that looked like we have some of our roster that have decided the season's over. And, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to sit around and let that happen. And I guess I'm shocked that they would have that kind of effort. Certainly when you get 2 hitted and you don't have there's not a lot to get excited about, but we should be stronger than that and try to win each pitch and have a positive personality. And it started in the first inning with the ball that Cerna couldn't get underneath, and we couldn't get an out when we had an out available, and some other stuff that were system-wise. We were trailing the game all day mentally and physically, and Mother's Day, Attitude Day, prevent getting sweep, whatever. They should have been the lackadaisical team, not us. And I'm just disappointed, as you can tell with my responses to your questions.
Yeah. Face, likely first-round draft choices the first 2 days of this series. I mean, today the freshman. I mean,
he's good. He's a kid that we recruited very hard, and he's got what you call a slippery fastball. Obviously, it has velocity, but also he kind of reminded me of a kid named Jason Windsor that pitched for me at Cal State Fulton, where you're kind of from the side, you're going, how's he doing it? But if you notice, he pitching to all 4 corners of the plate, low and in, low and away, up and in, up and away, and nothing fat down the middle, and a change and a little wrinkle, and just kept the ball off the barrels of our bats, and that's what good pitchers do. That's what Windsor was able to do, and Coach Checkett's coach, a guy named James Simmons, that was a first-round draft choice. And I think Adam Plecko is going to be, he was a 6th-round pick out of high school. So by the time it's all said and done, he might end up being as good as Bauer and Cole. But nonetheless, I think at least when it's wet, we should be able to hit the ball on the ground and at least make him do 2 things to get us out instead of just 1, is catch the ball. And we pride ourselves on that, and we couldn't do it. I think we hit about 4 ground balls all day and pretty easy outs.
Yeah. Danny was talking about before this series, you're crunching numbers, trying to figure out what he had to do to get in. Now he's saying you got to go 8-1, maybe 9-0 to get in. Do you even look at that at this point?
No, we got to think about winning Tuesday against Seattle. First thing, we got to get a reality check on our desire to compete. I thought it was non-competitive today, and we're not going to go 8-1 in the conference with that kind of a competitive personality. It's real easy to beat them up, and they want to win. They just got to do the right things that are necessary to win. And I don't know. This is a funny game that you play, and when you're playing uphill, everything seems a lot more difficult. And eventually, if we can start doing some quality things offensively and defensively and on the mound, then maybe we can start playing downhill. And some of those check swings that they got, or those eyeball hits, maybe some of those go our way. But you got to produce those. I think it's not lucky. That's when luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So we got to prepare better and do better.